Off aspiration versus Stockton. Missed. Rebound. Hornacek. Playoff officiating, you might say. They're letting them play.
Oh, yeah.
Malone from Greg Foster.
Now that is a high percentage shot.
Karl Malone has 16.
Boy, and I'll tell you, Jerry Sloan is up in the official's ear. He is making sure that his voice is being heard. He just feels like Karl Malone is getting mugged in the post.
58-54, Rex Chapman hit that jumper, as you said, when he comes off the curl clean.
Oh, I mean,
you can see the form, it's there.
He's very tough to defend because he has such a quick release.
Stockton slipped inside, got the ball from Hornacek, missed the reverse. Kidd is back, penetrating and kicking to McLeod. There was Stockton. Kidd inside. Hard foul by Adam Keefe.
Boy, good passing by the Jazz, and Foster's just going to find a streaking Karl Malone who was angry over the technical and takes it out on the rim.
That's a good place to take it out. Jason Kidd only 2 points tonight until that free throw, but already double-digit assists. He had triple-double, his 4th of the year versus Denver on Wednesday night when he had 14, 11, and 11. Jason Kidd has 19 triple-doubles in his career, and that's 5th all-time among active players.
He does so many things well, and you see right there, turnover by the Jazz, and Kidd connects. Boy, that was a tough shot. His body was completely turned around, and how he got that up, I do not know.
Utah not ready for that full court pressure.
They caught him by surprise.
Tied at 58. Hornacek finds Foster with 6 on the shot clock.
They'll take that shot.
McLeod and Keefe battling for it out of bounds. Oh, there's going to be a foul. That's 4 on George McLeod. By the way, an update for you. Seattle leading San Antonio up at Seattle, 76-74. And that's, of course, of interest to anybody following Seattle and Utah and Phoenix and the whole playoffs in the West.
McLeod leads with 4 fouls, but in comes Dennis Scott, who we were talking to earlier. Oh, nice pass by Stockton to Malone.
And nobody was near Malone.
No one was near him. I mean, he moved everybody out of the paint, but Dennis Scott getting an opportunity to get into tonight's game. And again, this is Danny Ainge's style.
Steve Nash, as an example, who started the last game, hasn't played at all tonight.
Played at all.
Inside of Jason Kidd, and he's fouled by Stockton.
Utah coach Jerry Sloan also picked up a technical foul. Phoenix converted the resulting free throw, which gave them the lead. We rejoin with Phoenix now up by 6.
Malone over Mark Bryant, who just came into the ball game. Rimmed out of there. Rebound. Kevin Johnson. Bryant.
Oh, nice look. Oh,
what a block by Malone. Malone came in to reject the ball before it could get to the cylinder. Knocked it out by Kevin Johnson, he's seen on the shot clock.
Karl Malone was down at the opposite end. Mark Bryant thinks that he has a wide open layup, and where does Karl Malone come from? Karl Malone is just going to time this perfectly and reject it off the glass.
Well done. 71-65. Sun. Minute 30 to go in the 3rd period. Inside, Malone gets the lay-in from Hornacek. Hornacek had 11 assists in the game last night. 4-point game. Karl Malone, 22 points and 10 in this 3rd period. He's been about the only scoring that Utah's come up with consistently in this quarter. Dennis Scott for 3. That's big, 74-67. Isley tried to take it all the way to the hoop, but
nice weak side block by Jason Kidd.
Missed his 3rd layup in this game. Missed his 3rd layup. 43 seconds in the period. Hornacek in trouble with the dribble, gets help from Howard Isley. Kevin Johnson's done a job on him, and now they've got to switch. Kevin Johnson is on Shannon Anderson.
Kevin's a little windy.
That's a 3 by Hornacek from the corner. Jeff's only 3rd in the NBA in 3-point percentage at 44, actually .435. 4 points Phoenix lead. Jazz led at the half by 2. Robinson just stayed with it. Showed
there we go. You know, Cliff Robinson hesitated just enough to look like he was going to kick the ball up, gathered himself, and then went up with a flush.
Isley with a pull-up 3. 2.7 seconds left. It's the West when you know there's about like 6 points get scored. That's a foul before the shot clock, before the clock ran down.
That was on
Karl Malone. Both teams over the penalty, so that'll be a shooting foul.
Karl's got to be very careful. He already has one. He already has one technical, and you see Howard Isley just clearing away, finding an open spot behind the three-point arc and nailing it.
just coming out of my mouth was only in the West can 6 points get scored in 10 seconds. And that's what will happen if Kevin Johnson hits it.
And Karl is having a dialogue down on the free throw line with the officials.
I hope he knows what he's doing. Karl Malone already with one technical. I'm sure he does. The Jazz now trail the Suns by 5, 78-73. 0.8 of a second, could be 10 more points scored here the way it's been. Just time for a throw, and not even a shot actually.
And so the quarter ends 73-78 to Phoenix. We join the fourth quarter with both teams jostling for position, but Phoenix are still ahead by 5.
Kevin Johnson with the penetration. He dishes it to Robinson, who misses. Ostertag loses the rebound to Mark Bryant, but the little man Howard Isley comes in to get it. Jazz on the run.
Wow.
Chris Morris with the jam. Bodies everywhere.
Wow.
Playoff intensity.
What a collision that is. Hey,
tuning us up.
This is the playoffs. Get up.
It's tune-up time.
Either get up or get off the court.
Kevin Johnson looking for the pick from Robinson. Doesn't get it, but he got a foul. And Antonio McDyson and Isley just picked up his 3rd personal.
You see Morris's jam right there, and Isley, you see Rex Chapman trying to pick up the charge. Good no call, and Morris, might have pulled a little hamstring, grabbing the backside a little bit.
Yeah, looks to be all right now. Robinson working on Morris. Morris could be on him that time, and Ostertag comes away with a
Yeah, he's wincing. Chris Morris is wincing right now, running up the court. He's really laboring.
He's right under the buttock in that hamstring area. And one for Brian Russell.
The game has turned up. I mean, when you talk about the game is turning physical now. You see the elbow right there, the hook, and that,
back
man.
with you.
I mean, if that doesn't hurt, but right now, if you look at this, Utah is just being more physical than the Suns. The Suns have to match the physicalness of the Utah Jazz.
And Brian Russell knocked down the free throw for the three-point play. Russell has 16 in this game. And we are tied at 82 with 8:18 to go. Utah seeking the best record in the NBA. The Phoenix Suns hoping to win tonight and secure home court advantage in the first round against the San Antonio Spurs.
Again, credit the bench of the Utah Jazz. They did the same thing that they're doing right now that they did in the first half, especially in the second quarter.
Phoenix had led by 7. Tied at 82, 7:56 to go. Double team down low on Russell. Open man, Shandon Anderson. Russell, nobody put a body on him.
Oh, man. And Russell, excellent job of getting his man up in the air, utilizing the extra dribble and getting closer to the rim.
Jazz have regained the lead, 84-82 on a 9-2 run. That since Malone went to the bench.
After a brief spell on the bench, Karl Malone rejoins the game. The Jazz are ahead by 3.
Now the Suns defensively really have to turn it up an extra notch and really get back to playing that aggressive basketball they played in the third quarter.
Brian Russell gets the double team. 10 on the shot clock. Look at the ball handling by Russell. Too much ball handling by Russell.
Oh, that was just a good pick by Jason Kidd.
McLeod.
Set it up.
This is physical now. Look out for bodies to fly. Chapman misses for three. Robinson can't handle it. Knocked out of bounds by Utah's Brian Russell, though it'll be Phoenix ball.
Well, they certainly had the shot there. Jason Kidd drew the double team, and he found a wide open Rex Chapman who just wasn't able to connect. John Stockton checking in for Howard Isley.
Well, Isley has been sensational is the word. 13 points, 10 assists for Isley in this game. McLeod for three. It is tied at 88. Buckle up. That, by the way, was the fourth team foul just a moment ago for Utah. The next time they foul, Phoenix will be shooting free throws. Inside to Anderson.
Boy, the Suns were so concerned about Karl Malone on the baseline, they forgot completely about Shandon Anderson.
Phoenix has committed 3 team fouls. 4:54 to go. Jason Kidd posting up John Stockton. Ostertag was there for help.
Nice, good
Then
foul.
had to commit the hard foul.
Hey, that's a good foul by Ostertag. If they get to the rim, foul them. Make them prove it from the free throw line. And you see the nice pass, kick pass out. George McLeod, who just catches, gathers himself, and shoots and finishes.
Ostertag will sit down now. He has 4 personals.
He did his job to defend the rim.
There's no question. I think everybody knows this. For Utah to go all the way, which is what their only goal is, Ostertag will have to be a physical presence.
Oh, no question.
And he has
about
not
it.
been
No,
all
he
year.
certainly hasn't. He has not played the way that he did in that series. I think against the Lakers was the best I've seen Greg Ostertag play. And, you know, a lot of people are pointing at that contract that he got in the offseason. Certainly hasn't played up to the dollars that he signed on that contract.
Tied at 90, 4:37 to go. Cliff Robinson with those free throws now is 24. Into Malone. There's that turnaround jumper.
That's just a tough shot.
When Malone developed that turnaround jumper to be as consistent as he is, it's when he became the superstar.
Oh, no question. Took his game to another level.
Carl has been in this
Did you see that? Did you see that? Come on. That's a tough shot by Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd, first basket in this period. He has 10 for the game. We're tied at 92. 10 to shoot. Malone to Hornacek, passing to Anderson. Blocking foul. Phoenix bailed him out.
Yeah, they certainly did. Certainly did.
It's going to be on Chapman. I think Utah's offense is in a little bit of trouble on that
Jeff
possession.
Hornacek should have taken the shot, elected to pass it off to Anderson, and right there, Rex Chapman just a little too close to his defender, got called for the foul.
I think he thought Hornacek was going to take it.
Yeah.
3:46 to go, tied at 92. The crowd.
Boy, Robinson is just leaning on Malone.
There's that fadeaway and the turnaround.
He just feels and absorbs the contact so much so until he waits to the defender is out of position and just springs with that turnaround jumper.
Carl is 11 for 19 tonight. He has 28 points. Jazz by 2. 3:17 to go. Every possession critical.
Well, that's player.
6 to shoot.
Every
5.
position counts.
KJ couldn't get away from Stockton. The double team came out with Malone. That forced the turnover, and the Jazz are back. Twisting it inside is Hornacek, and the lay-in makes it 96-92. Utah by 4.
You can't tell me that home court advantage throughout the playoffs does not make this Utah team a serious contender to dethrone the Chicago Bulls.
Despite this huge three-pointer by Rex Chapman, John Stockton has answered for the Jazz. We rejoin the action with Utah up by 3.
In control of the ball and a 3-point lead. You got to like the Jazz chances here.
But there's still plenty of time for the Suns. Just need a stop here, and they need to make sure they execute at the offensive end.
Pick and roll. Stockton.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to pass inside to Anderson. I'm surprised he kept it. 3 on the shot clock. That's a 20-footer.
Yep.
By Malone. He misses it, and we got a loose ball foul.
Dennis Scott was just holding on to Brian Russell. He knew that he had no hopes of getting that rebound. You see the tough shot, but at the bottom of your screen right there, Dennis Scott is just going to grab Brian Russell around his waist. No-brainer for the official.
Brian Russell steps to the line with the Jazz holding a 3-point lead and 54.6 to go. What a win for Utah if they are able to hold on to the win. Took a lot of bounces, but did go down. Russell now with 19 points in this game tonight. Russell is 4 out of 4 from the line. 5 out of 5. 100-95. Jazz, 53 seconds left.
See if the Suns are going to go for the 3 or they're going to try to get a 2 and then a foul.
Chapman gets it from Kidd. They go for the quick 2. 3-point Utah advantage. Full court pressure from Chapman and Kidd. A lot of ball handlers on the floor for Utah. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. 31 in the game. Malone.
Oh, that's a travel.
They're going to call the foul.
Oh.
Hold it just a second. No, they've got the foul called on Clifford Robinson.
Boy, that was close to a travel there, Bob. That was very, very close. He said, call right there. Did he put the ball down? Oh, he had moved his feet. That's a travel.
Carl goes to the free throw line with the Jazz up by 3 and 28 seconds remaining in the game. Malone with 28 points tonight. Six out of 9 from the line. You see the Utah Jazz, they're shooting 84% from the line tonight. And they lead the NBA as it is with their free throw percentage of 77.3. Mark Bryant into the game. Chapman sits down. 28.4. And remember now, from the Phoenix standpoint, San Antonio won tonight. So Phoenix and that 4th seed home court advantage still in doubt if they cannot come back to win here. 101-97, 28.4, timeout on the floor. It's been everything we expected.
Yes, certainly.
All right, here we go. 28.4 to go. 101-97, Utah. No fouls to give. See the timeouts there on the screen. The ball about to be inbounded by George McCloud. To Jason Kidd. Kidd got what you said. It's easy.
Now they have to foul quickly. Foul quickly. Foul quickly.
They can't even get a foul call there.
Yeah, that's just...
Finally, but there's only 16 seconds. Took them 8 seconds to foul.
That just killed them right there.
Now that's an experienced team. The Jazz were adept, and don't think they weren't thinking about it, at avoiding being fouled. Amazing. Brian Russell will go to the line, 5 out of 5 from the free throw line tonight. Remember, if Utah wins this game, they will clinch home court advantage throughout the playoffs.
Wow, that's a big free throw. That's a big miss right there.
101-99. So it's going to be 3-point difference at best. And we do know the Suns can knock down the threes. Chapman tried to get back in. Not yet. Well, he got that one. 15 seconds. They're going to try to go for this very quickly. The follow on this. Cliff Robinson couldn't hold on to it. 9 seconds. 8. Still no foul. Nobody can get to Stockton. He passes it before the foul. And Utah, look at them celebrate. They know how big it is. They know San Antonio beat Seattle. And remember, even if they tie with Chicago, from the record, Utah beat Chicago 2 times this year, and the Jazz, with this win tonight, 102-99, have now clinched home court advantage.
I thought tonight's game was really important because we had everybody compete hard. They didn't always do the right thing, but they competed hard. And we haven't had that all year. In some minutes, we had 3 or 4 guys, but tonight I thought everybody really played hard, even though they might have missed a shot or missed an assignment or something, but that's the important thing for us.
I think the guys did a great job of hanging in there. You know, it got a little tough on us out there. We just hung and stuck with it. And like you said, we executed on the offensive end and played pretty good, solid defense. Good win for our team.
We really wanted to win the ball game as much as they did, and you know, coming down the stretch, they got, you know, the ball went in for them and for us, it didn't. But you know, this is a game of basketball, and we will learn from that, and we have to go on. And you know, the season isn't over yet. We got one more game, and if we can win that game, then we'll have home court advantage.
Our main thing is just go in there and play hard and let them, you know, let the game just come to us. You know, we got to go in there and, you know, just try to get the home court advantage before we even start thinking about the playoffs right now.
I'm very happy. I think it's going to be big for our team. Hopefully we can, you know, stick with throughout the playoffs and everything will turn out good for us.
So a three-point win there for the Jazz. And Tom, you said absolutely it wasn't quite that in the end, but your team did well out there.
The team did really well. I'll tell you, the Jazz showed us why they have the best record in the league. At the end of the game, they execute better than any team in the NBA, and they really made us pay going down the stretch.
Well, you had a bit of experience at Utah. You know this team is very difficult to beat. A couple of seasons there.
I played them. I know them very well. It's frustrating sitting over here watching them, knowing exactly what they're going to do. But they're so tough to stop, just because if you stop one option, they know who's open. They go to the next option. They execute so well.
You guys are feeling happy with the playoffs around the corner, looking good for that?
We're looking good. Well, hopefully we can keep one game ahead of San Antonio, or at least stay tied with them and get the home court advantage at least in the first round.
Look forward to that. Is this a young Chambers that we see here?
This is Dakota. He's a 3-year-old.
How you doing, mate? And look, he's got the ball as well, so he's ready for action too.
He's a little tired. It's past his bedtime.
Quite right. Thanks, Tom.
All right, thank you.
Hey, you know the playoffs are getting close when people act like this. Big coach Jeff Van Gundy saw his team lose a controversial game on Sunday against their bitter rivals from Miami. And you can see that match on tomorrow's 24/7. And get this, the always cool, calm, and collected Michael Jordan lost his head. In fact, he tried to take off Mark Jackson's head. The usually unflappable MJ was given a rare technical foul for this unsportsmanlike action. But Sammy's been happy because his team is playing so well. He averaged 30 points per game in the Nets' recent 5-game winning streak. That was good enough to earn Sammy the Player of the Week award. Man, he's gotten hot at just the right time. So looking at the Eastern Conference standings through Monday's games, the final 2 playoff spots were still available. The Nets had a half-game lead over the Knicks for the 7th position, and Orlando and Washington were alive, but very much a long shot. So at the beginning of the week on Tuesday, New Jersey needed a win against lowly Toronto to keep their advantage over the Knicks. They had some troubles at first, but rookie Keith Van Horn gave them a burst. He then punished the Raptors in the second half with some butter-smooth moves. But Toronto had a few tricks up their sleeves. They surprised the Jersey boys to take the lead with some gutsy plays down the stretch.
Doug Christie stroking the fadeaway.
The Nets had a quick answer.
How about that?
Toronto was down 1 point and needed a big shot from someone. Did they get it?
Wallace to the outside. Christie open look. Got it for 3.
The Raptors took the lead and then played some solid defense.
Christie picked his pocket.
The Raptors were going for the cup shocker, but the Nets still had a chance.
Cassell, the vacuum, the pump. Dishoff, Gatlin for the tie. Short. Ball knocked in the air. Cassell taps it up. It's played underneath the basket by Toronto.
Bad loss for Jersey. That dropped them into a tie with the Knicks, who were at home later that night to play the Wizards. And in the first half, the Wiz Kids were having fun in the Garden playground.
Whitney, nice pass down low, and Weber puts it home.
Washington blew the doors open in the second quarter with some big Weber moves. Man, the Knicks were letting an opportunity slip away.
Williams trying to post up. Forcing it up with the left hand, won't get the roll. Ball tipped out to Ward. Starks wants it, backs up. It's good. John Starks a 2.
In the third quarter, Washington kept the lead with some offensive moves to the rim. And let me tell you, Knick coach Jeff Van Gundy was getting offended, but there was some hope.
Ward on the steal, and Charlie Ward lays it in a 4-point game.
The night belonged to Tracy Murray. He scored 27 points and ruled the final period.
Murray fires. Murray rattles it in on a tough shot. Tracy Murray with a killer jump shot.
Big-time win for the Wizards. They dealt the Knicks a nasty blow to the jaw because New York still trailed the Nets by a half game. Washington helped their playoff chances with that win, but on Wednesday, it was the Nets' turn again to try and get a big win. But Charlotte was standing in their way. New Jersey grabbed an early lead behind Sam Cassell.
Long rebound, Cassell. And Mason fouls it. He got it to fall.
Keith Van Horn scored 24 points on the night to keep the Nets up. The Hornets answered with Vladdy Vladdy, he likes to party. But Jersey made more noise with the horn. Charlotte was down 4 when Wesley gave it his all.
Wesley a 3. He buries it.
Then he gave more than his all.
Wesley makes his move with 4 to shoot. Slips to the floor. Wright's forced to put it up. Got it!
The Hornets had the lead, the Nets hung in there.
Gatling, open shot.
Down by 3, the Nets went for the tie with a bomb.
Cassell finds Kittles, open look for the tie. No good.
What's going on with New Jersey? They lost another big game. That meant that Washington could move a game closer with a win over Cleveland. We're already in the playoffs. The Cavs looked strong early.
Inside, old Gaskus. Nothing you can do to stop that.
But the game took a big swing the Wizards' way as Weber danced to the rim. And when Washington plays defense and puts their minds to it, they can look like a real together team. Check out some nifty passing as Murray delivers the points. He was smelling the playoffs.
Murray for 3. Oh, he's feeling it.
Murray doesn't just score, he can pass.
Oh, Tracy Murray with a beautiful play.
The Cavs tried to make a comeback.
Ilgauskas inside, short layup is good.
But the Wizards had just too much at stake to let this one get away.
Great pass from Howard and Chaney.
Clutch win for Washington. They are coming up big down the stretch. With that win, the Wizards pulled to within 2 games of New York and New Jersey, who are now tied. Okay, so now the Knicks really needed a win, and they had to face those party spoilers from Toronto on Thursday. Come on, Larry, let's go.
Johnson puts it in.
In the first quarter, the Raptors came out of extinction to pick up a few points. But the Knicks put them back into the lost world.
Starks underneath, left-handed, puts it in.
Down by as many as 31 points, the Raptors tried to save some face. But New York was just too hungry as Mills popped in 21 points, and the Knicks were on their way to a big win.
Good ball movement as well for the Knicks. Mills underneath.
In the fourth quarter, it was all New York down the stretch as they marched to 7th place in the East.
Childs, wild shot.
The Knicks clinch a playoff spot with that win. Congratulations, Larry. So let's get you up to date in the Eastern Conference. The Knicks are sitting pretty with a half-game lead over the Nets. You can see New Jersey play an important match against Orlando on tomorrow's 24/7. The Magic, they are eliminated from the playoffs, but Washington still has a chance. If the playoffs started today, this is how the teams would match up. Chicago would face New Jersey, Miami and New York would rumble, Indiana would meet Cleveland, and Charlotte and Atlanta would fight it out. So now that Utah's wrapped up the Western Conference top spot, the big battle is between LA and Seattle. They're tied for 2nd place with 1 game remaining on their schedules. With that loss to the Jazz, the Suns drop into a tie for 4th place with San Antonio. They both have 1 game left. If the playoffs started today, the West would look like this. Utah and Houston would duke it out, Seattle would get Minnesota, LA would try and handle Portland, and it would be San Antonio and Phoenix.
All the big names in the game will be at next year's All-Star Game in Philadelphia, and you could add your name to the list if you win through in the draw in our NBA competition. The weekly winner gets a chance at the big prize and a fine board and ball setup to go with it. While there are also 3 runners-up who'll win prizes including a top-to-bottom NBA game day outfit, a Sony PlayStation with NBA Live 98, or a batch of NBA videos. Last week we asked you who was last season's King of the D, and it was B, Dikembe Mutombo. Congratulations to our winner and runners-up. This week we want the answer. I know you know that, but who is he? Is he A, Grant Hill, B, Glenn Rice, or C, Allen Iverson? So that's the question. Who's known as the answer? Call us on 0891 247 247 with your answer, and remember to ask for permission if it's not your phone. Give it your best shot. So congratulations to conference champs Utah. To find out exactly how the old playoff shuffle is shaping up, make sure you watch 24/7 tomorrow lunchtime when we bring you all the news and all the action. Plus also we look at the legend that is Isaiah Thomas in hoopology. We give NBA love to Detroit's Grant Hill, and we meet the British kids who are chasing that NBA dream. And don't forget, next weekend it's playoffs time. I'll see you tomorrow.